In this video, we'll be learning how to draft and cut basic sleeves, that's both for long and short. And in this video, I'll be sharing with us 2 different methods to achieve this. If this is what you like to learn, then watch this video to the end. Here's the measurement to be needing: the armhole, cap height, sleeve length, and round sleeve. My name is Veronica Adams Eze. Welcome to Vera Adams YouTube channel. Right here is the pattern paper that I'll be using for this tutorial. I've gone ahead to fold it into 2. I'm going ahead to draw a straight line which will serve as the starting line, and from there I'll mark 4 inches. This should serve as the cap height. You can use 4 to 5 inches, you can use 4.5, you can use 5 inches depending on the size. And from there I'll go ahead and mark the sleeve length. Since this is the short sleeve, I'm using 10 inches for the length. On the 4 inches line that I marked, I'm going to go ahead to take the bicep measurement. The bicep measurement I'm working on with here is 16 inches divided by 2, that's 8 inches. And I made a mark there. On the starting line, I'm going to go ahead and mark 4 inches and also make a mark. Then I'm going to divide what I have from the starting line to that cap height. I'll divide it into 2, that's 2 inches. Remember that I marked 4 inches, so divided by 2, it will give me 2 inches. Right from that point, I'm going to connect it upwards just the way you're seeing me doing here. And from that bicep measurement I took, I'm going to connect it downwards. Note that I'm using freehand, so it's possible for you to use freehand and still get a perfect curve. Moving on the M line, I'm going to go ahead to take the round sleeve measurement, which is 13 inches divided by 2, 6.5. I'll make a mark there. And right from that point, I'll connect it using my ruler upwards, just the way you see me doing here. I'll go ahead to use my marker pen to trace out the curve so that I can see it properly. Then I'll move ahead to start cutting it out. At this point, we're done with the cutting for the short sleeve, and this is the first method. So we'll be going over to the long sleeve and we'll be using the second method. In case you're wondering how you fold your pattern paper or your fabric when you want to cut out your sleeve, you divide the armhole measurement by 2. This means if the armhole measurement you're using is 22 inches, divided by 2 will give you 11 inches. Then you add 2 inches for the allowance, that is 13 inches. So you fold 13 inches. As you can see, I've gone ahead to draw the starting line, and from that point I'm going to mark 4.5 inches, which will serve as a cap height. Remember I told you can use between 4 to 5 inches. Next, I'll go ahead to mark the elbow line, which is 13 inches. And then I'll go ahead to mark the full length measurement, which is 22 inches. I'll go ahead and draw an horizontal line across to indicate these lines. Once I'm done with this, for clarity's sake, I'm going to go ahead to label these lines as the bicep line, the elbow line, and the M line. Right on this bicep line, I'm going to go ahead to take the bicep measurement, which is 17 inches divided by 2, that's 8.5, and I'll make a mark there. And from that point, I'll connect it upwards to make the starting line just the way you're seeing me doing here. This line, I'll go ahead to divide it by 2, and I'll make a point at the mid part. Then I'll also go ahead to divide what I have on the mid part into 2. That's, I have the left side and the right side. I'll go ahead to divide the left side of the midpoint into 2. Then I'll go ahead to do the same on the right side. So dividing what I have here into 2, I'm going to go ahead to make a mark. For better visibility, I'll go ahead to bring in my marker pen to highlight those lines. So we have 3 lines. Right here on the midline, I'm going to go upwards by 1/2 inch. I'm going to mark 1/2 inch upwards. And then I'll go to the other line that is on the left side. I'll go ahead and mark 0.25 inches upward as well. So once I'm done with this, I'll come to the third line and I'll go ahead to mark 0.25 inches downward. So I have 2 upwards and 1 downward. So at this point, I'll go ahead to connect first for the back slope. So I'll bring in my pen and I'll mark it from that midpoint to that half an inch that we came up by on the midline, and I'll connect it to the end of the bicep measurement, just the way I did right here. For the front slope, I'm going to go ahead and connect also from that point, and I'll connect it to the midline, but I won't be going up by half an inch as I did earlier for the back slope. And then I'll be connecting it to the 0.25 inches on the third line that I came down by. I hope you understand. Just follow the way I did it here. At this point, I've gone ahead to indicate the back slope and the front slope. Moving downwards, I'll take the elbow measurement on the elbow line and I'll mark 7 inches. The elbow measurement I'm working on is 14 inches divided by 2 is 7 inches. And for the wrist or the M line, I'll mark 5.5 inches because I'm working with 11 inches wrist. Then I'll go ahead and connect these lines together with the aid of my ruler. Right now, I'm done with this and I'll go ahead to start cutting out. I'll start cutting from the M, which is the bottom line. Once you've gotten to this point, you need to slow down and make sure that you only cut the back slope. The back slope is the first slope that we drafted, so it is not as deep as the front slope. So cut only the back slope, just the way I'm doing right here. Recall that this paper is on fold, so whatever you cut on this side will reflect on the other side as well. So right at this point, I'll go ahead to open this pattern paper up so that we can work on it properly. So right here, I've gone ahead to open it up and I'm going to decide which side I want as the front side or the back side. So I've chosen this side as the front side and I'm going to go ahead to trace out that front slope that we did earlier. So right there, I've cut it out. So by the time we fold this paper back, you would realize that the front slope is way different from the back slope. The front slope is the part that you connect to the front side of your garment, while the back slope is the part that you connect to the back side of your garment. If this is your first time here on this channel, I want to say welcome. Do subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful, kindly click on the like button. I've often heard people say the second method is the more professional, more advanced way. But anyways, I have to say this, that I've tried the method A lot of times and that worked out well. Though I use method B, but not as often as the method A. Anyways, I think it depends on your preference, the one that works best for you and the one that is most convenient. Anyways, I'd like to hear from you which method you prefer and which one works best for you. Drop it in the comment section, method A or method B. So at this point, we have come to the end of this tutorial and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.